as we get started in this course, let's talk about what it is that we're actually going to go through and learn. So we want to, or the outcome of this course is going to be to understand how to work with the AppDev Pack to access data on a Domino server, in this case Domino V11, from an external JavaScript application. So it's definitely going to center around Domino V11 and the AppDev Pack and include something called an identity access management server, which is going to give us the various levels of security that we need in order to do some of the fun stuff that we want to learn. A lot of the, in fact, almost the entire basis of this course comes from the HCL documentation for the AppDev Pack. So we just want to run through this screen or this site very quickly. The welcome page includes what's new in the various different releases and tells you some of the stuff that you need to go through. The administration section, all about the setup and the installation and the configuration, and we're going to go through almost all of this content, maybe not necessarily in the exact order that it's presented in the website, but you can refer back and forth between the website and our course to get this all up and working. As I mentioned, the identity access management is the kind of the advanced level of security that, well, certainly was released or added to the AppDev Pack in version 1.0.3, and we'll explain what you get by using that. And then the other section of the course, or sorry, the other section of the site is the API documentation. So from a programming standpoint, this is where all the fun stuff is. It explains how to get going, and we're actually going to use these samples specifically. So you can, again, refer back and forth between this documentation and our course. But just to highlight a couple of different sections over here, you can see all the different classes that are available in the DominoDB tool or package that's available. There's also documentation on Domino Query Language. Domino Query Language is separate from the AppDev Pack, but of course it is supported inside of the AppDev Pack, so there's some stuff that we're actually going to learn. Our very first example is going to be of using Domino Query Language in a JavaScript application talking to a Domino server, and some various other odd topics here. So we probably cover, I don't know, some percentage, 75% maybe, of the content that's in this website in our course, so you can very much refer back and forth between the two. In terms of what we're going to build, the code that we're going to write, the first sample application that we're going to write is with no security. In other words, we're going to set up the database with anonymous access, having author rights into the NSF, which of course you would never do in production. But again, we're doing this not in production, and this is to learn how to write these JavaScript applications. So first example, no security. Second example, we'll actually come along and install the security so that we can set anonymous to no access, and you actually have to authenticate your JavaScript application with the Domino server in order to be able to interact with the data. Third example is something called act as user, which is in the documentation. And that's what the IAM service provides, which means basically your JavaScript application will take your user credentials and pass them through so that when you look at documents that you've interacted with on the Domino server through an external JavaScript application, it'll have your name on them like you would normally expect in any other Domino application, or maybe something that you've built in XPages in the past. One other thing here, just quickly, there's the URL to the documentation. And with that, let's actually get into this. So we're going to stop this section and move on to the files that you need to download. So we'll talk to you in the next section.